Here's something you would like to replicate or make. Well, one would call it PMC, personal magnet charger or portable magnet charger. I've used old parts from printers and so forth to make all these 4 chargers. Let me show you one by one. I've had it for some years now. The first one, which I made, is this one here. Using a stepper motor. These big ones here, the stepper motor here, they belong to photocopy machine, the big ones, the office ones. And using the hard disk casing, where to fit all the gears and the wiring, and you can really make something useful which will last you forever. Let me see if I can show you the lighting here. Let's see. These without load will produce about 600 volt. This particular one here. With load, obviously, it doesn't. Less, but you can use the bulb for, I don't know, if you're going camping or if you're going exploring caves and so forth. And while this one is lit, like so, you can sort of charge it along if you want, and you have sort of almost light forever, basically. I thought it was a good idea. At the back here, I fitted a USB thing. I don't know if you can see it there. Let me see. Okay, USB port, which you can use for charging other battery, or possibly to have just one LED come on instead of having the bigger one, which will last you for hours if not days. The second one which I made is slightly more compact, as you can see, and this one is slightly smaller, but we'll all get it anyway. This one is really, really light, and it has a USB as well here, which you can have slightly light. Let me see if I can show you. What are we here? Okay, that's that. And you can also charge batteries. This one is got inside, like the previous one, it's got a 3.7 volt battery. One of those batteries you can find them in laptop batteries. And then again, this one here is sort of, you can go along, it's so light and produces a lot of voltage and current, which, as I say, it lasts you forever. The last one which I sort of made is this one here, which is in bakelite. It's, I think, almost finished. By the way, the previous one, this one here has even a voltage reader here to see what the voltage is on the battery. This one here is only a capacitor. I thought I'd make it just a capacitor. Although it has a circuit here, I'm not using it, this circuit. I'm just getting the current from the motor itself. This is from a Dell laser motor. It's much smaller than that, but it produces a lot of currents and voltage. And it's nice because it's sort of tiny ones. And I got hold of all the gears of that and put them together. But the gears, as you know, most of these nylon gears, they just come, well, they sort of fit in the shaft and so forth. I sort of decided to alter them, modify them, and fit smaller bearings on each side. These are the hard disk or the hard drive bearings. You sort of fit it in with araldite, and you have this one gear here sort of turning on the shaft and never sort of going sideways as it wears out if it was only on nylon, and so it will last you forever. I don't know whether you can see the gears here. There are quite a few gears here. You don't have to use all of them. The previous one, the one I showed you, they only had, well, it only has 2 gears, and the ratio is 14 to 1 or 13:1. That is the ideal ratio to sort of be light and consequently have a good charging capacity. this one here has more gears because this is the shaft that should have turned the motor, but from here it would turn a 22 tons to 1. It sort of was too heavy to turn it, so I had to fit another gear there. Since I didn't have a bigger gear, and so I could use a bigger gear on the crank handle, and then onto this one, and then onto the shaft of the motor. But if I get one, then I'll take away some of the gears, and I'll fit the capacitor within the casing by working the casing to sort of box it in there. And this one is, as well, it has a voltage reader there. As you can see, this is a 2.7, is a good one. Power store from Bassman. But I managed to charge them at 3.2 without having any problems. I've had, as I say, for some years this situation, and it's sort of still going strong. And it gives a good light. And within sort of minutes or as you go along, let's see here. Okay, let's fit this. And from this US board, you can charge battery as well. But this is the light. I mean, you all know the amount of light a LED is able to produce. This is a straw hat type of LED bulb, which is 120 degree, and it sort of spreads the light better. As I say, this one here will last you for days. Useful light, I would say 8 hours, and then most probably will last 48 hours certainly, but useful light is about 8 hours. But with a few cranks, like so, that will recharge very, very quickly. And when I say quickly, I'm saying, let's see if I can show you something here. You can take this off anyway if you want. This is the amount of charge going into that capacitor. And you can check it here by pressing this little switch here, which I think it belongs to some old set thing. I had one which you could sort of press straight onto it, but it burned out as I was sort of wiring it up. So I had to use this one here, which has the bottom, the press thing at the bottom there. But it works anyway. So you have 308, 309. You can read the voltage within the capacitor, and so you know whether to charge it or not, and so forth. As I said, at 3.20, you can easily charge these good ones without, as I said, I've had it for years now, this on the other one. This other one here, this is just a capacitor, and I'm going to leave it as such, nothing else. This one is the more efficient one. This one has got a battery in there, it's a 3.7 volt battery, but it has a capacitor in there. So you can use it, a capacitor or the battery. Let me get the bulb to show you. Prendimi quella lampadina là. Okay, that one, no, that's not the one. Where did I put it? How did I put it? The bulb. Oh yes, hold on a second, hold on. Shall I bring it here? Hold on. That's the one. Okay. Right. This is not quite, well, let's say it's finished. But I have to decide, I have to put a small casing around here. By the way, these stepper motors, some of them are complete with a working system. If you're lucky to get one which has the wires here, you can use directly from here, actually use the whole system. Although you're not going to use it as stepper motor. This particular one, somehow happened something to it. It sort of burnt out here. So what I'm doing is I'm getting the power from the motor. As you can see the wires here from under there. We have a center tap and so forth. So you can get it, the negative and positive diodes with the ceramic capacitor. Most of the capacitors and diodes will work, and then go into the circuit. The circuit inside here, as I say, is very efficient. And this one here, the battery alone, in comparison to the other ones here, you have 12 hours really useful life. And as I say, as it burns light, you can sort of crank it and maintain the status quo without sort of discharging the battery. So this one here is, you can hear the actual transformer hitting a bit, resonating. But as I say, it's a pleasant sound. This one will last 12 hours easy before it sort of start fading away, but it's good light. On this side here, we have the capacitor, this side here. The capacitor, as it is, it will last 1 hour and 20 minutes, so useful life. Before it actually drains itself, will be a few hours. But then again, as you go along this way, you can still maintain the status quo of the voltage. Let me show you what is the voltage meter. Voltage meter. Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right. I know one can buy those Japanese things, plastic, but I sort of thought to make my own ones. I decided to make them some years ago. It takes time. It's not a weekend job. You're going to find the parts. You can find some of these parts on eBay, or you've got to go do some scavenging to some breakers and so forth, and ask them to put on one side the motors and the gears. As I said, the gears are important because some motors have the spline turning to the left, some have to the right, so there's no point getting a stepper motor without the gears, and you're going to find them. So, damn it, it broke. I've got another one, no? One of the clips. Hold on a sec. See if we can. Oh, Scheißen. Okay. Let me stop a second here because one of the clips is broken, and I'll come back to you. Dov'è che si mette il pausa?
Non c'è.
Eh?
Soltanto.
Okay, let me go and get a third clip and I'll be back. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah. And let's replay this copyright clip. Faulty one. Right. Okay. Positive. This is the capacitor side. And the negative here. Okay. The capacitor is reading 3 volts 6. Now, we put the capacitor on. That sort of is driving the system, the circuit there. As I say, let me put it flat here, like so. The camera might, yes, I think get it. As you go along, you could give it a quick charge. I mean, it is effortless. And it sort of goes back to status quo. Yes, so it's fairly quick to charge it back anyway. So this side here is the battery. Let me get it there. You're going to use some of your skilled wiring anyway. The battery is reading 3.95. Even this one here as well. You can sort of maintain it there if you want. Oh, at least wait for 12 hours or whatever. But I would suggest to use the capacitor, because the capacitor, say, will give you an hour and 20 minutes of really good light, and it's quick to charge. And then again, you can use, hold on a sec, where is it? If you don't want to use that, you can use, here you have USB port, and you can use this one here. This will last for hours. Camping or somewhere, if you're sort of within a cave. What over here? What is? I had it somewhere here working. Somewhere. Unless I pull the wire somewhere. Let me see. No, they're all there. How the hell is that? Let me get another one. Strange. Maybe I disconnected a wire or something. Let me see this one. Some wire must have come adrift somewhere. I believe so. Anyway, as I said, you can use even this one here, and it'll last you for hours, hours and hours. And with a quick handle, you can restore the power. So, you either find those bits or buy them on eBay, and you can make your own Pmc charger, which will last forever. If you don't want to use the hard drive casing, which it takes a while to sort of work, some of them inside are flat, and you can put the gears, some are not, which means you have to work it. If one has a 3D printer, like I believe Laser Saber, some other ones have, you can make your own casing. But I decided to make it with bakelite, which is easy, strong, and it's very flat, and it's quite cute as a matter of fact. But the next one I'll be making along will make sure, if I find the gear, or less gears, and the same ratio, to put this inside there, so that I can sort of conceal between the two casings, sort of work inside it and box it in there. That's it. That's, I'm afraid, the lot. I've got nothing else to add. I hope you enjoyed the video and hope you can make it yourself, one of these things. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.